Greetings, sending you all some warm, positive vibrations. So shout out to my early risers. So today is day 13 of 30 days of relaxation on purpose, being very intentional around relaxation. You can call it meditation, you can call it relaxation. You don't have to call it anything. But it's definitely dialing in and listening into our own breath, which is going on all the time in our own bodies, and it doesn't need any labels. So we're just dialing in to listen to the breath and to hear the cadence and the quality of our breath. If we're even shortening our breath subconsciously, this is just a quick dial in, and we're exploring if it can make a difference in you feeling more relaxed, more at ease, less reactive to the different life lessons that will definitely be placed before you today and every day. So you have nothing to lose. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And it's a wonderful habit. It's a very healthy habit. So this early day, there are many things that go through my mind in the early day. Yesterday we talked about overwhelm and our contemplation, right? There's meditation or relaxation, right? Quieting the mind down is contemplation. You can ask a question, or there can be of your own onboard intelligence or something that you're reasoning with or working through. Then there's a piece of your journal writing. And then you can also be intentional and breathe into your own body if there is a health issue that you're working with, or if you find yourself very overwhelmed by the different demands that are being placed on you. So this early day, what I'm contemplating, you're welcome to share, is there is enough time, right? We can move around a lot in the mindset that there's not enough time. There's not enough time to exercise. There's not enough time to meditate. There's not enough time to relax. It's not enough time, not enough time. Yet who is in control of our schedules? Now, economics and responsibilities are a fact of life. However, in our quiet moments, if we're really honest, it usually can be seen more times than not that there are areas where we unconsciously participate in allowing other people to waste our time, which means we're the ones really wasting our time, right? It's coming through the back door, right? We can be blaming other people, but ultimately it is really us who is responsible most times for subjecting ourselves and placing ourselves in front of people who are not in alignment with what we say is our purpose, or just simply activities that we want to be about. For example, if you really want to get fit and healthy, do you hang out with buddies that, not making them wrong, they drink all the time and eat junk food all the time? That's usually like a setup, right? So we're setting ourselves up for failure. And I've heard the term before that many of us are scared of success, but I think perhaps even more practical is that perhaps many of us just don't want to accept the withdrawal or the hard work or the uncomfortable. I don't even know if I want to say hard. It can be perceived as hard, but just the work. Work usually has discomfort in with it. We can be shortchanging ourselves because there's certain types of work that are very gratifying. For example, the work of physical activity and exercise, when it's vigorous, is such a release. You get a shot of feel-good hormones and chemicals from within your own body. It's definitely very therapeutic, and you can really change and shift your own mood. So depending on how you look at it, right, or how it's framed in your mind, it can be perceived as work, but it definitely can give you immediate psychological benefits as well as some physical benefits. So I just wanted to encourage you to consider, and perhaps even creating your own mantra / affirmation of there is enough time, and notice what comes up for you. For me, in repeating that, it makes me want to slow down, to slow down and to be much more aware of my time because we have many mindless behaviors during the course of today. So you're welcome to sit in a comfortable position where you're able to keep your spine nice and tall and upright. Your eyes can be closed or open. You can place your hands on your knees, whatever position feels comfortable for you. You may even want to just notice where your body flows to naturally. And we're going to pay attention to the breath. Right? So if you want, you can place some pillows behind you, or you can sit on a yoga block. Usually I will sit on one of my many yoga blocks, but today my hips feel very open, so I'm just going to sit upright on the floor because that's what's comfortable for me. Also, keep in mind, sometimes when we are relaxed, or I can say when I'm relaxing, I can be at a space right before sleep, drifting to sleep, but be hovering right around that place. So you'll identify what that is for you. And then also in taking deep breaths. And sometimes, naturally, I find it very relaxed to hum, not like I'm chanting, whatever, like, sometimes they are just very innate sounds that come from my own body that is very relaxing. So I invite you to dial in and to do whatever feels good for you. Okay? Here we go. today, I'm going to add one more thing that you can do for relaxation, and it is simply it's another form of quote unquote meditation or relaxation. It's a candle. It's candle gazing, and kind of similar to plants. I find looking at plants, you don't see them moving unless there's wind out in nature. But in candle gazing, what you simply do is you place a candle in front of you, and you just stare at the flickering of the candle for relaxation. So I have a candle here, and you're still listening to the sound of your breath, right? So same thing is just looking at the it's still, yet it's moving. It's something that you can try as part of your relaxation and listening to your breathing. It's kind of not a kind of, it's the eyes open relaxation slash meditation. We're going to call it relaxation technique. Just simply gazing at the flickering of the candle. Something that you can also do, right? Look how simple that is to in your journal, right? You can write thoughts that come up for you while you're very relaxed, even after you're gazing at the candle. Any thoughts that come up for you, and notice patterns, of thoughts. It's also a good time to ask yourself your own onboard divine innate intelligence. You can ask yourself questions and listen to your own intelligence. I find it's quite amazing. It's very simple. Even if answers don't come to you right then, usually when you're moving around during the day in the garden or when you're cleaning, information from your own intelligence comes up. So, for example, um, if you ask yourself, is there anything that I need to pay attention to in my own body? And you listen quietly. I think it's actually really amazing, right? Because we have an intelligence that is always communicating with us. And some people call it voices, some people call it God, some people call it intuition. I don't know if it really matters what we call it, but I do think it's important if we can discern what we're taking instructions from and notice our mood. Like, let's say, for example, if we're angry or frustrated and we're getting instruction to go and consume alcohol while we're stressed out, or cookies and candy, or things that are not in alignment with our health, right? Or our skin, or a healthy weight. So there's different types of intelligence. A lot of times, some people call it ego, some people call it this or that. I don't know if it's so important what we call it, but distinguishing what part of our intelligence or the energy that we're taking the instruction from. So I'll just share my personal litmus test is that if the instruction would harm me or harm others, then I pause, right? So we can call it ego, we can call it anything. But again, I noticed the vetting process of the litmus test is the instruction, will it harm me or put my health in harm's way or others, right? And then the other question is this going to benefit me? So if it puts me in harm's way, then I question that it is still a part of our psyche and our intelligence, because there's a listen, there's an instruction. Sometimes we just mindlessly follow all the thoughts that are coming up for us, and we may not even notice that they're programmed, that they have been implanted by a lot of the things that we're watching on television commercials, have been put into this computer, and we are mindlessly taking instructions from it. That could even apply to, let's say, if we're angry, at how we act out, or even the music videos and the songs, how we behave in relationships. We may not even realize that we are being socialized and constantly taking instruction. So, um, to be quiet and to question our own instructions that's coming from within, that's driving our behaviors, that's really something, and that might really be something that you decide to uh, take out of your head and objectively put it onto paper and notice if there are any patterns, right? So, thank you if you're an early riser for joining me in this intentional relaxation. And hopefully, I will see you in the early day tomorrow. So, you're welcome to replay this in the afternoon at lunchtime, perhaps before you go to consume, and perhaps it can be a support in you consuming physical food that we eat for nourishment and other types of consumption, very intentionally being present. Hopefully, this can be a support for you to be present. And if you like, you can play it again in the evening. That being said, create a great day on purpose. Yeah. And let's see what we can pull into our day intentionally, nourishing and giving ourselves the utmost care. See you soon.